Dramatic music. Pause. North Africa, 1942. Two legendary minds square off in one of the most pivotal arenas of World War II, the sands of the Sahara. On one side, Field Marshal Erwin Rommel, the Desert Fox, master of cunning and surprise. On the other, General Bernard Montgomery, a disciplined, methodical strategist whose patience would redefine the battle lines. This is the clash at El Alamein. Rommel's Panzer Army Africa begins 1942 in a whirlwind of victories. With lightning-fast tactics, he pushes the British 8th Army eastward, gaining precious ground and capturing the vital Allied stronghold of Tobruk. But every advance deepens Rommel's Achilles' heel-stretched supply lines. Fuel, ammunition, and even water must travel over 2,000 kilometers of hostile terrain, and this would be his undoing. By the time Rommel reaches Egypt, his forces are battered, outnumbered, and desperately in need of reinforcements. The British, armed with new American-made Grant tanks and a fresh commander in Montgomery, are ready to meet him head-on. The First Battle of El Alamein erupts in July 1942. Rommel's attempts to outflank the British are met with fierce resistance, his army bogged down in static, grinding warfare, a stark contrast to his usual swift, offensive tactics. By August, Montgomery's methodical approach begins to show. He builds a heavily fortified defense, amassing tanks, artillery, and supplies. But Rommel, ever the tactician, makes one last daring gamble. On August 30th, he launches a surprise attack, only to find his forces trapped in a deadly minefield under relentless British fire. His losses are catastrophic, and by September he is forced to dig in. And then comes October. Montgomery, with overwhelming resources at his disposal, initiates Operation Lightfoot, a massive artillery barrage followed by a coordinated armored assault. The noise is deafening, the desert illuminated by a wall of fire. The Germans, though outgunned, fight desperately, relying on their fearsome 88mm flak guns to hold the line. But Montgomery's strategy is one of attrition. Operation Supercharge is launched, and the tide finally turns. As wave after wave of Allied tanks grind down the remnants of the Panzer Army, Rommel's forces are brought to the brink. By November 4th, 1942, the Desert Fox has only 12 tanks left. With no hope of victory, he orders a retreat. El Alamein marks a turning point in World War II. It is the first major Allied victory against the Axis powers, halting Rommel's advance and ensuring that the Middle East's vital oil fields remain out of Hitler's grasp. But the cost was immense. Tens of thousands of lives lost, countless vehicles reduced to wreckage, and the desert forever scarred by the horrors of war. Montgomery once said, "If we lose the war here, we lose it everywhere." And on the sands of El Alamein, through blood, fire, and steel, the Allies proved they would not lose. Dramatic music swells. Pause. The desert remembers. The world remembers. This was El Alamein.